So the opposition wants to talk about nuclear energy and the health effects. Due to strict government regulations, and after more than a half a century of commercial nuclear energy production in the United States, more than 3,500 reactor years of operation, there have been no radiation-related health effects linked to their operation. All these studies are all done abroad, and these health effects and these health complications would never happen in the United States due to how governed and regulated our plants are. There are no emissions of carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and sulfur dioxides during the production of electricity at nuclear energy facilities. Nuclear energy is the only clean air source of energy that produces electricity 24 hours a day, every day. As opposed to, as we mentioned before, the solar panels only being able to collect that energy for however many hours a day the sun is out. The amount of electricity produced by a multi-reactor nuclear power plant would require about 45 square miles of photovoltaic panels, or about 260 square miles of wind turbines. So just imagine that in nice open habitats that solar fields would need in order to get as much sun and all the benefits of getting all the power from the sun as they need. So yes, fossil fuels might be way more subsidized, but produce 70% more energy. In total dollars, the fossil fuel industry receives benefits comparable to that for the renewables industry. But when considering subsidies compared to the kilowatt output, renewables receive far more support. So, cost-wise now, in 2017, most homeowners are paying between $287 and $385 per watt to install solar, and on average gross cost of solar panels, about $16,800. So, like mentioned before, it costs at least $15,000 to $40,000 to get solar energy at your home. And once you have that solar energy at your home, the payback period can be at least 15 years up to 20 years. All right. The average home cost in California costs $440,000, which is 2.5 times the national average of $180,000. According to the Nonpartisan Legislative Analyst Office, the cost of adding solar will probably be passed along buyers in state with skyrocketing housing prices. And that could put some people, particularly in low income areas, out of the housing market. So also mentioning plug-in cars. It's nice to mention plug-in cars and have renewable energy along the way, but if you don't have places to charge your plug-in cars, that becomes an issue. So until it's kind of an issue of how many eggs you have in the basket, until we have enough cars to have charging stations, we're not going to have enough charging stations. And until we have enough charging stations out, people aren't going to want to get electrical cars. So, and again, with the BP oil spill, with the cleanup crew having health complications, again, we're working with hazardous chemicals, so you can blame also the improper use of PPE during that cleanup. If all the proper precautions, all the proper protective equipment was used during that time, there would have not been as many health complications, if any. So with that being said, that's why I'm a firm believer in continuing the use of fossil fuels and not going forward with solar energy.